Hello online world, and welcome, or welcome back. My name is Janine, and thank you so much for joining me here today. Today's practice is all about nourishment. Taking it slow, chilling out, just being nice and gentle on yourself and breathing into some nice juicy stretches that we will stay completely on the ground for. So go ahead and get yourself extra cozy. Maybe make yourself a cup of tea and collect any types of props that you might like. I encourage a blanket, maybe a pillow or some blocks, some bolsters, whatever it is that makes you feel good and supported. So we're going to begin today's practice on our backs. So when you're ready, go ahead and make your way there. So taking it slow, bringing yourself down onto the earth. Just beginning here, nice and slow, maybe bringing your hands onto your belly and just taking a few moments to consciously breathe. Feeling your belly rise on your inhale. And deflate down on your exhale. And just following your breath like this a few times. Noticing how it moves through your body. And just taking a few moments to really come into your space and into your practice. Choosing to be here for your experience, choosing to let go and soften wherever you can. So when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and lengthen our feet to the ends of our mat. And we're going to begin in one of my favorite poses, and this is banana pose. So go ahead and reach your arms up overhead so you're growing nice and long. And you're going to move both of your feet over to the left-hand side. So just slowly begin to walk your feet over as far as you can to the left corner. And then you're going to do the same with your wrists and your upper body. So go ahead and tilt yourself over so you're creating this C shape like you're this curved banana. Go ahead and grab onto your right wrist with your left just to help pull you over. And if it feels good, go ahead and cross your right leg over your left. But try to keep your right sit bone and your right shoulder glued onto the mat, so you're not leaning and rolling over to your left-hand side. So breathing here in this banana shape, getting a nice big side body stretch on the right-hand side, beginning to feel the opening that you're creating there. And just breathe into this. And we'll take a few rounds of breath here. So as this practice is all about nourishment, I thought that it would also complement, of course, some gratitude. And with gratitude, oftentimes I think about giving thanks. So I'd like to share a quote by Meister Eckhart. And he says, "If thank you was the only prayer that you ever said in your entire life, that would suffice." So I think that this is a very beautiful and potent and simple quote. It really resonated with me. As out of all the things that one can say, thank you just has that feeling tone of gratitude and open-heartedness. Go ahead and uncross your leg if you have it. Let go of your wrist and slowly bring yourself back to center. From here, we're just going to lift our right leg all the way up to the sky. Go ahead and grab onto the back of your thigh, or perhaps you want to grab onto your quad. But keep your shoulders nice and intact with the floor here. We're just going to get into a little hamstring stretch, so just to open up the back line a little bit more. If it feels good for you, maybe you want to point and flex the toe, see how that changes sensation. How do you feel today? What can you give thanks to today? Just taking a couple rounds of breath here. Breathing deeply in through your nose, feeling it expand your rib cage. And exhaling. Feeling yourself possibly soften. And go ahead and bend your knee. We'll just hug that into the chest for just a moment. Maybe rock it side to side. Just getting into the hip joints here and the hip flexors. And you can go ahead and release that. We're going to come on to the other side. So stretching your leg nice and long to meet your left. We're going to walk those feet all the way over to our right hand side this time. Setting ourselves up for our banana asana on our other side. Stretching your arms overhead and walking them slowly over to your right hand side. So you're creating this nice big C curve shape in the body. Maybe crossing your left foot over your right, grabbing onto your left wrist this time. And feeling that nice big opening through the left side body. Breathing deeply in and out. Feeling yourself possibly melt into the earth. Open up any stuck fascia that could be built up on your side body here. This one feels really good in my body. Just allowing for that length. Taking a few rounds of breath here. How can you soften into this shape? So important to just slow down and take some extra time for ourselves where it feels good. And one more big breath in through the nose and out. And releasing this, you can go ahead and walk yourself back to a center, taking it slow, just feeling out all the little kinks here, maybe possibly feeling how one side feels more open than the other. And we'll go ahead and bring our left leg all the way up towards the sky, grabbing onto the back of the quad or maybe the calf. You can keep as little or as big of a bend in the knee here as you need to or want to today too. And again, maybe just pointing and flexing that toe and seeing how that changes sensation and what feels good. Watch that your shoulders aren't creeping up, so try to relax them down towards the mat. Taking a big breath in and out. And you can begin to bend at the knee and hug your knee into the chest and just rock it side to side for a moment. Just feeling into your hip flexors here, maybe the glute or anywhere else that this sensation comes up for you. Just noticing. And from here, let's bend both knees and we'll just do a little roll over to our right hand side. Just taking a moment in this little fetal position shape. And just pushing yourself up to a seat and keeping your knees just as they are. We're just gonna twist ourselves over to the right hand side, bringing your left hand just to twist back. Looking over your right shoulder, looking back behind you. And let's plant our right hand firmly on the ground as we open up our chest, coming back to center, maybe coming into a little cactus shape here. And then exhale as you begin to twist over back to your right hand side. Maybe your fingertips just tent onto the earth here. And just do this a couple times. So opening up into a cactus, squeezing your scapula together, and exhaling to twist over. One more time, inhale to open up, feel that broadening of the collarbone, and exhale to twist. We'll inhale as we come all the way to center, bringing your hands back behind you, lifting your knees. And we'll just drop them over to the left-hand side. So adjust yourself however you need to. But from here, we're just gonna do the same thing. So go ahead and twist yourself over to your left-hand side, bringing your right hand towards the left corner, or the right corner, sorry. Looking back behind you, just feeling this twist on the right side. So just getting into our side bodies in a few different ways. We'll open ourselves up on that inhale, coming into this cactus shape and squeezing your scapula. And exhale to twist over. Maybe your eyes close down here if that feels better. We'll inhale to come back, coming into your cactus squeeze. Just opening up the heart here. And exhale to twist. One more time, following your breath. Coming back to center on your inhale, we'll just cross our legs in front of us, just so we can roll over onto our hands and knees. And we're just gonna sit ourselves back onto our heels. Maybe your knees go wide, up to you, or maybe you keep them a little bit closer. But we're just gonna bring ourselves down into a nice cozy child's pose in Balasana. So go ahead and walk your hands forward. Maybe you'd like a pillow, or maybe you'd like a blanket here. I'm gonna grab my pillow and put it just so it's going to, my chest can lay right over top of it. And I'll lower myself down right on top of it. Maybe keeping your head so your forehead is onto the pillow or the earth, or maybe turning your head so your ear is on one side. Whatever feels better for you today. And definitely feel like you don't have to just choose one. Go ahead and try different positions and postures and cues and little alignments and see what works for you today. Maybe you want to breathe into a certain position for a couple rounds of breath, and then you want to change it up. So where can you soften here? Can you soften in your jaw? Can you soften in your eyebrows? Oftentimes we're holding a lot more tension than we think we are. So just consciously do a little body scan and see where you might be holding some tension, and if you can send your exhale that little extra bit of softness there. Maybe if one ear was on the pillow or the mat, maybe you want to turn your head so it faces the other direction now. But just deeply breathe in 360 degrees. Can you imagine your breath going in every direction, filling your body up? So from here, we're gonna do a little thread the needle variation. So if you do have a pillow underneath you like me, go ahead and move that out of the way. And we're just gonna thread our right arm underneath the left, coming onto the back of our right shoulder. And maybe you wanna keep your left arm stretched up overhead at the top of the mat here, if this feels good. Or maybe you want to bring both of your hands together. So you're coming into like a prayer shape with your arms extended. So this can change sensation in the shoulder blades. It can create a little bit of a different opening. So maybe see how this feels. Or perhaps you'd like to open up your chest even more by coming into a little bit of a bind. So bringing your left hand back behind you and threading it so it comes onto the top of your right thigh. This just creates a little more of a twist and an opening in the chest. So see what feels good for you today. And just breathe into that opening and that stretch. Maybe giving yourself a little affirmation that I feel safe to soften here. Taking one more deep round of breath in through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth. We'll unthread ourselves so we come back to center. And just right away, go ahead and thread your left arm underneath your right. We'll come onto that left shoulder this time. And go ahead and find your variation with your right hand. Maybe try each variation and see what works for you today. Taking notice to the sensation on this side. Maybe repeating this affirmation or statement that I feel safe to soften here again. And taking one more deep breath in and out. Wherever you are, let's bring ourselves back to center, coming back into your child's pose. And we're going to just begin to walk our hands up towards our knees. So we're seated onto the knees, maybe bringing your knees together. And let's just take a second here to let that settle. And let the blood rush down from your head. And we're going to come into one final pose, and this one is also one of my favorites. It's a very restorative pose. It is legs up the wall, or in my case, legs up the pole. So go ahead and find yourself at a wall. Maybe take a blanket with you. It can be comfortable to prop yourself up, or perhaps just scoot your yoga mat right up towards a wall or some other stable structure. And if for some reason you're not near a wall, then that's okay. You can also just raise your legs up towards the sky and you will still get the same effects, but it can be really nice to have something that you rest yourself on. So find yourself there, scooting your bum right up towards the wall. And again, if you are not near a wall, then just go ahead and lift your legs up towards the sky. This is just a little bit more of an active pose, but you're still going to get the benefits of all of the blood rushing now down your legs. So this is awesome to do at the end of a day, especially if you've been on your feet all day. So just settling in here. Taking a big breath in through the nose. And I invite you to let it out the mouth with a sigh on your exhale. Let your shoulders be heavy, let your head be heavy here. And just feel the support of the wall if you are against it. And just breathe. We'll be here for a few minutes. So make sure you get nice and comfortable. Super normal after a little bit of time for you to get some tingling sensations through the feet or the legs. And that is totally normal. If it becomes too much, you can always bend one leg at a time, and just to give your feet and your legs a little bit of a break, especially if they're not used to this pose. But I encourage you to stay in this shape for a few minutes so you can get the full, true benefits. And if you are not against a wall and your legs are up and you do become tired, then just go ahead and find yourself in a Shavasana shape. So allowing yourself to soften into this shape. And I'll repeat the quote by Meister Eckhart. If thank you was the only prayer that you say in your entire life, that would suffice. So from here, if you feel like repeating some thank you statements or affirmations, whatever resonates with you, then I will say a few now. Or if you would prefer to just listen, then that is all good too. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this body that carries me. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for what was and what is and what will be. Thank you for the lessons that I have understood and for the ones that I am still learning. Taking a few more rounds of breath here and letting whatever statements resonated with you sink in. And may thank you be a daily prayer of gratitude towards ourselves, towards the planet, our loved ones, or maybe even some that aren't so easy to love. And I encourage you to stay here for as long as you would like. I will leave you here. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide through this practice. May the rest of your day or your evening be relaxing and nourishing. Namaste.